Welcome back, everybody, to the CFSIO 2022 here at the Americas Division. It is the final day, the playoffs, and it is me, Valdez, with G-Clef. We're going into this one with high expectations of high action-packed games, G-Clef.
Yeah, compared to you, Mena, we did see a lot faster rotation coming in. Day 1, Day 2, the group stage is over. Starting with the playoff today, we do have the three matches. Best of 3, best of 3, and a best of 5. So it's going to be packed action again and show what America's got, because these 4 Brazilian teams, they're fast. They're ready to get those headshots and kills, and very different in playstyle. So let's see what happens today.
That is definitely what we are expecting. And another thing that we are expecting is, of course, Imperial is waiting at first place. They are on top of the group so far, and that does mean that they get the first seed in the playoffs today. So they'll be watching all the games and preparing and getting ready for whoever it is that does go up against them. They are the big favorites here, and I'm curious to see if anyone can potentially take them out today, because it's going to be, you know, a couple of stages before we even get to see them.
Yep, 2 best 3 before that, starting with VINCIT Gaming versus Black Dragons. And we got a lot to tell for every single team. We had not too many matches, but a lot of rounds and also history from CFL Brazil. So I think there's plenty of data to talk about for all the teams.
Yeah, and definitely has been a fun tournament so far as we take another look at the schedule here. We had EU MENA last weekend, and now we are here in the Americas Division. And yeah, final day, June 12th.
Yep, it's playoff time. You lose, you're gone from 4th. Today is what it's all about. The prizes will be determined today. Well, 2 days, we had lots of 2-0, and surprisingly, only Black Dragons, they had 1-2 2-0s. Everything else was some really quick 2-0s, some not too quick 2-0s. But because of those results, we'll have the 2 teams go up against first. Winner versus Medellin, winner versus Imperial.
Yep, that is the schedule for today. Here's another look at the standings, and you see just how far ahead Imperial were, as they only dropped the 1 set to Black Dragons, and that was it. They have 36 rounds in the positive column. And Medellin was also pretty impressive, I have to say. I think they did deserve that 2nd place spot at the end of the day.
Yep. Medellin also, of course, except for Imperial, had some massive wins. And they were really quick in their victories too, just like Imperial did. So I wonder what's going to happen in our today's matchup. Did briefly mention that this is going to be it. Really wondering who the winner is going to be, especially for our first match. VINCIT Gaming had weakness against a big weakness against Imperial, but they seemed a little better against Medellin and Black Dragons. Black Dragons, they had 1 set, the only set off of Imperial, but against the other opponents, they looked a little worse for some reason. So, and you have these 2 teams clashing now. And the last match of yesterday, I don't think that showed much of what's going to happen today. So today we don't have the predictions, but
yeah,
I can make predictions for our match 2 and 3, but our first, I really cannot make the prediction.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all does pan out. But first, let's go ahead and introduce our teams. Here is VINCIT Gaming.
Vai em busca do 8º, caindo, devolve pra cima do Juan, consegue no rally mais uma eliminação, ele vai rajando, vizinha, C4 vai passando o tempo, o Norte vai ser kill, ele vem vindo pra cima, no limite, no limite.
Here is VINCIT Gaming, as they did finish 4th place with a winning rate of 14%. Not really showing just how good these guys are. They actually are quite a strong team.
Yep. Just to point out here, I think most men pick, of course, sub-base, and the highest win rate from the group stage, also sub-base. VINCIT Gaming, in order to win this match, I think having sub-base in set 1 and 2 is basically required. I think that's like the biggest key point for the team, for them to go up to the 2nd stage of the playoff.
Here's Barzin, has the ability to lead while maintaining stable gameplay. Certainly has been really consistent and stable, as it does show here. Not only his stats, but, you know, time after time in the rounds, he has always been performing.
Yep, certainly, as VINCIT Gaming, I'm sure we'll have some time to have an interview with them before we go into the match. Want to hear what they're thinking about their opponents. That's Black Dragons.
Yeah, let's take a look at that team. Here is Black Dragons.
Da volta, tenta surpreender. O Boris vai chamando a atenção em tudo. É o setup. Olha o Norte, garante a eliminação do Araújo. Hoje ele devolve, mas cai.
Black Dragons here finishing third this time around. Definitely a very storied organization. And certainly, you know, with the new roster, still a strong team.
One thing that we saw from their, at least from day 1 and 2 group stage, their global risk defense, not bad, a lot above 50%, but their blacklist is the real problem. Their attack has been very slow passive compared to all other teams, and they're very low in win percentage, even less than 20% on some of the maps. They really have to get those blacklist wins today or never, because they only get one chance, one best of 3.
Yeah, it's very true. As Rafal here, definitely a very good spray controller. I don't know what else to call it. He's just a great player. He does perform very well for the team. And you can see them all here, just getting ready. Novez in his classic leaned back form. Feeling pretty good about their chances here.
Let's see. Their most map, of course, Compound and Ankara. Certainly the 2 maps, they do better compared to all the other 3 maps. Some higher win rate from the blacklist. Let's build up on that and continue to see how quickly they want to attack. The other teams, Medallion, Imperial, when they go in from the blacklist side, we saw them. They throw the smoke, and before it even starts, they just jump on top of the enemy and go into the B side, A side. They fake those timings, and but instead, Black Dragons, they go with the standard. Okay, throw the smoke, just chill for 5 seconds. And then, is it our time? Okay, the shot call's there, and then let's go in. All the enemies already waiting for you. So that's exactly what happened for the Black Dragons for the couple of 2 days. But today they have to be different.
They definitely do. We need to see a little bit different. And obviously, as you already mentioned, that last match that we had at the end of yesterday, not really indicative of how this matchup should go. I think they were kind of just running it down at each other. And yeah, I think that we could see Black Dragons playing it much slower, and we will have to see how Vincit will play as well. But first off, guys, we will have some interviews. Let's jump into the interview with Vincit Gaming. Hello, GK. You guys here in this tournament, and you got to fight your way all the way through this gauntlet, through this bracket. So how do you guys feel about your chances of potentially winning the tournament today?
Olá, Jacá. O que você acha que... Quanto chance vocês têm para ganhar esse torneio?
A chance, eu acho que ela é igual de todos os times, exceto da Imperial, que eles estão no nível hoje muito maior do que qualquer time no Brasil. E porque a gente viu isso nos playoffs, né? Os times muito próximos de nível, e inclusive nesses dias também. Nós que não fizemos uma campanha boa, mas eu acho que o nível é de igual e hoje é o último dia do campeonato, então só tem como acertar. Hoje não é dia de erro.
Yes, I am pretty worried about that because as everybody knows that Imperial is the strongest team of the Brazil. I don't think that we had good scores so far, but since it's last day of the tournament, and there's no way but we have to fix it all.
Yeah, of course, a big match coming up. Imperial is certainly a big name, but you can certainly get there. I think there is some chance. My question here is, of course, there are 5 maps out there. Which map would you like to have? Which map do you think is the key in your first match? And how did you prepare against your opponent, Black Dragons?
Qual mapa você prefere como para o primeiro match? E o que você acha?
A gente não tem preferência de mapa. Eu acho que Viúva Negra vai ser um mapa interessante, né? Porque era um mapa que era só veto nosso. Então acho que os times não sabem como a gente joga um pouco. Então acredito que seja uma partida interessante.
I don't have any map in preference, but I think Black Widow map is quite interesting. So yes, I am just interested in playing Black Widow.
Okay, well, we'll see that if that does come out here. But either way, GK, best of luck to you here in the tournament, and thank you for the interview.
Boa sorte.
Obrigado.
As identifying very straightforward. He's like, we haven't done pretty well so far, but looking to fix it all today.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that if he's saying that, the team has made lots of adjustments to go up against their first opponents, and yeah, Black Widow seems to be a map where Black Dragons also is actually performing better compared to all the other maps. So I wonder if we will actually get that map or not. Hopefully it's not banned, because I don't think either team really likes to. In the old days, yes, but not anymore, because Black Widow is being played so much.
Yeah, and G-Clef, I think he was almost trying to hide some information. He's like,
yes, I could tell.
All the maps are good. I like them all. This one's pretty good.
Not going to say that out loud.
Yeah. But we'll see if it does come down to Black Widow, or if we do go on to sub base as well. Yeah, just waiting on the interview now with Black Dragons. Should be up here in just a moment.
Yeah, soon after the second interview, I'm sure we'll get the map ban pick. But before we do, there are lots of bans, especially from Black Dragons, because of their blacklist win percentage. They have potentially 3 maps to ban,
well,
with 20% or lower win rate on that side.
You only get 1 ban, so maybe we can ask them. Let's go into our interview with Black Dragons. Hello, Novez. You have been pretty good as one of the young players on the team of Black Dragons. How do you feel about your roster so far with the new Black Dragons, and how about your chances at this tournament?
Novaes, o que você acha que se o Black Dragons está indo bem com novos membros, e qual a chance de ganhar o torneio?
Nossa equipe aqui está bem confiante com a entrada do Supremo. Mesmo ele estar muito tempo parado, nós estamos bem confiantes, pois é um cara que tem muita experiência no jogo. E estamos confiantes que dá para ganhar assim esse campeonato. Basta acreditar na gente mesmo.
Yes, I am pretty confident with the Supremo, which has quiet experience, and I believe that we can win this championship.
Oh yes, do want to ask the question, against Imperial, you had that amazing set off of them in Black Widow. Will we be able to see that type of performance throughout the Grand Finals today?
Vocês mostraram um performance muito ótimo contra a Imperial no mapa Viúva Negra. Podemos esperar algo mais?
Cara, a gente está bem preparado para esse jogo contra a Vincit. Temos muitas coisas em mente para fazer. E é isso.
Yes, we are very well prepared against VINCIT games. And yes, please wait for us.
All right, well, Noves, you've been very stellar so far, and I wish the best of luck to you and your team here, and thank you for the interview.
Muito obrigada.
Obrigado, valeu.
And obviously pretty laid back, pretty confident guy. I think he kind of carries himself that way in the game as well.
Yep, Novas, of course, already entering with the headshots. Usually not just finishing with a kill, getting a double multi-kill. That's pretty common for this guy. Actually, when the entire team's not really playing well, at least this player is carrying the team oftentimes. We saw that often. And really, Novas and also Rafael, really these 2 players who is, I guess, compared to some other teammates, rather new to the team, really carrying the movement and the rotation for the team. It's been helping out a lot throughout the group stage.
Yeah, I think they have been a huge benefit to this team so far. You can see the head-to-head record here, 2-1. Obviously, that was the match where they were kind of running into each other, and you can see some of their stats here as well.
Yep, mostly kills, of course. Yeah, had that 1 C4, I believe, and that just ran out of time of defuse. Both teams, yesterday's match and these numbers, not really telling a lot about what's going to happen. I think it comes down to today's matches and the map picks. I think I'm just waiting for the map picks, to be honest. Really looking high hopes. If we get sub-base within our first 2 maps, a lot in favor of Vincit Gaming. If we get Black Widow, slightly more in favor for Black Dragons.
Well, let's see what the bans are going to be first. I wonder if maybe even Black Dragons would ban sub-base, but they are going to take away port, which is kind of more standard for them. They take that off the board. And what is the ban here? Okay, compound also going to be banned. So let's see our maps. Sub-base and Black Widow in the first 2, starting with Black Widow and then Ankara third.
Maybe we're going all the way to Ankara.
I think it could happen.
I think this is like the dream set 1-2 that I was hoping for. Both teams, it seems like they will both get their favorite map. Of course, they play all the maps so many times. We've heard from the interview that they don't really have a preference, but still, from the data that just happened over the 2 days, and from CFL Brazil not too long ago, I can tell. I'm pretty sure they don't want to say it exactly on air, but we know which map they're slightly more feeling confident on.
Yeah, no doubt. I think the numbers tell the story, as they usually do at the end of the day. And yeah, so Black Widow start here, definitely favoring the Black Dragons. But, I mean, Vincit definitely, they are a pretty aggressive team, not just in terms of what we saw in that last match yesterday, of course, that outlier, but they're also pretty good. Like, they took Black Dragons to the 3rd map and the final round in the golden round. Like, they can make this happen.
Yep, Black Dragon is pretty good all around. Vincit Gaming, on the other hand, a short control from the GR side is somewhat lacking because of rotation. Let's see if that actually becomes a weakness, or seeing that for the first 2 days, it might be a different story now.
That is the question, G-Clef, but our map is loaded up. Let's jump into Black Widow right now. And off we go. Black Dragons here starting on the blacklist side. So, you know, it's something you were talking about, G-Clef. See if they can handle it this time.
And Black Dragons here certainly having the highest win rate on Black Widow. 63% from the blacklist side, which is higher than anyone else right now, even higher than Imperial. So that's something to lay down as we get into our first map. There was a lot of pressure and lots of smoke throwables used on both sides on a long, but with no kills, some damage only. And did see a few teams actually marching through those doors on the very first round, which was not really being done by any other region. And I think Black Dragons, and knowing that Vincit Gaming, they do lack the defense on a short, this can be a good opportunity to open up first round.
Yep, you see all 4 members with MG on long. Just going to be holding that down. You see Juan going to pick up that first kill. GK is around. Juan picks up 2 by himself. Does get sniped down by MG, though.
But still 1-2 trade. Juan got 2, and GK was sending right below. So has good info. Who's actually rotating a long after getting that information that MG is all the way out. Not a bad choice. Still, without the C4 being planted, Vincit Gaming, they're taking time to rotate, spots MG all the way back in their base. He gets one more. GK goes down, and there's RN, but who's very low, can be pistoled down with a shot.
Yeah, and you see MG is making some moves now. Still the bomb over here just being held. Knotson waiting for the right timing. And he will be able to plant that here as Borzen could see him considering hopping out, but Rafał was watching the window, so he's going to take his time.
Yeah, perfect position. A long plant. Borzen ready from the passage. That's some damage onto Knotson with that grenade. And Borzen all the way out in a long. And RN from a short. But there's that rotation from Notson. Pretty quick. Around the passage. Will he be spotted on time? Nope, not exactly. But MG, at least from a long, does go down.
Now let's see if they can make their way in. RN is going to pick up one. There's 5 seconds left. Unfortunately, not enough time for the defuse. As Raresen will pick up a couple of kills, but not quite on time.
MG certainly did a lot of kills, but Notson with low HP thought, okay, I have no big confidence of staying in A. There can be many angles open. Even if I stay behind the box, I will be wall-shotted down. So that rotation was quick and very smart movement from Notson.
Yeah, MG coming over too long once again. Take a look at this, a 3-man stack on short, and Juan is behind them. So certainly considering another A push is Vincit. I don't know if they're going to actually push into A short or whatnot, but definitely preparing ahead of time. And as you mentioned, that's definitely something that they wanted to shore up here.
As we do see Juan not really revealing himself out on a long, knowing that how strong MG can be. They felt that in the very first round, but very unlike Juan, who he usually does like to challenge into the enemy sniper, or even going into some weird spot to pick off those riflers. But you can see that VINCIT Gaming is really taking this seriously, and even Juan taking the pressure. He's not moving out of A site.
Here comes RN down the road as we do have Rafał in position, but he's immediately going to be in position to get headshot. RN with a couple now, as Borison also made his way out. So that was a very successful little excursion there.
Yeah, had 3 men up on a short, and using that and hearing the footsteps near the stairs, they actually went down pretty quickly. RN starting with 2 headshots, nicely done now up to MG, and Nova is actually holding the highest headshot rate, 60% from the first 2 days out of all players. Second will be Lucan from Imperial, 58.
Yeah, Nova's a really strong young player as Borison in position trying to get the spray down. Novez, there you have it, and MG's gonna hit a headshot with the sniper here as well. And this should be a bomb plant now.
Okay, they have the bomb going for that A short plant. GK on that window. MG switches over to the rifle and does not get the shot, but still Borison takes a whole lot. Oh, Nate picks up 1. 1 to 2. MG, can he do it? 1-1 tied. GK, he's got time. 23 seconds left. So some rotations being made. Want to go for the long distance fight.
Yeah. And that's going to be a headshot here to GK. Will pick up the duel. And, you know, I was actually favoring MG, especially because he really seems on point. It's a long-range fight, right? He's a sniper player, but no. GK is going to be the one that lands the shot.
Yeah, at 1v1, unless you are very far off in a perfectly safe place, throwing that grenade in those type of situations usually does not favor you unless you know the opponent is like below 20 HP. In that case, he wasn't. Around maybe 50-something HP left. And MG wasn't quite sure exactly how healthy he was.
Oh boy.
Yeah, GK, yesterday's match, he got so much done by just running through anywhere. That's certainly being stopped by Black Dragons today so far. But Raresen, in response, he comes out from the storage. Easy, 2 kills picked up.
Yeah, definitely a nice timing there after RN kind of dropped the ball on the firefight. Raresen just comes out, he's like, oh, I'm here too. You didn't expect 2 of us. And he was able to just line up a couple of guys that were standing next to each other. So Black Dragon's still considering pushing in through the storage, but you see that VG is very ready for this push.
The smoke. Juan also, someone missed the timing, but he will actually stay alive, get 1 more. MG left half HP. But Raresen comes through the door and help. So yeah, VINCIT Gaming, this game could have been very dangerous. Juan was not in the perfect position to actually take those sniper shots, but the pistols will do the job.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting that Juan was able to have enough time to get a full reload off. and then still win the fight. MG was trying to be aggressive, but not quite finding the timing on that one, I suppose.
Yeah, after the first 2 days now, we see Vincit Gaming really pressuring a short, which was done very few times. And most of the times after the rotation, it was actually the hole in their defense. Oh, MG has been sitting on the sitting from the base, looking through the double doors. Verazin is not really going to get that chance.
Yeah. And MG has been just great to start off, and that's always a great sign if you are a Black Dragons fan here. You need MG to be on point.
It also feels like his strongest map is Black Widow all the time. B site. 2 men ready for Vincit Gaming. Foul jumps up and a few trades being made through the door. And the entry is okay, but they did lose 2 members. Black Dragons.
Yeah. Still, the bomb is going to be planted here. Still 3-on-3. You can see RN is in the window, but a bit difficult to actually penetrate into this spawn, or this site. That is B site on Black Widow. You see that already 21 seconds. VG got to make a move.
And double stack from the storage. Yeah, that's done. And only RN from the door. 8 seconds. Don't think this is happening. Or Vincit Gaming.
I mean, he wasn't even running in. There wasn't enough time. I mean, the bomb is going to explode. You got to go in there. RN has been good in the past, but I don't know, maybe a little bit of a slow start for him, in my opinion. And we'll see how he goes. He is going to switch over to the AWM, so maybe that'll help him out here.
DK getting that long spray. And nicely done, Rafał. Don't think he overstepped too far. But just through the smoke he got, I think all the bullets landed on him. Yeah, the previous round, B storage double stack from Black Dragons. It was really cool. We can totally tell that they have prepared these strategies against Vincit Gaming. Right after plant, just on the perfect position immediately. And after losing 1, Rafał's gone, but the rest of the members can certainly do it, especially MG, who's looking to peek through the doors. And there's no rifle backup of somewhat far away. There is Sprimo. But Verazin ready from the side angle from B.
Yeah, MG just looking. He is going to slowly make his way. He misses the shot, and that's going to be the end of that. You can't really extend after missing a shot through the doors.
You don't know if there's one below the A short bridge. You do have to back out immediately. Using, throwing a few towards B site. Not jumping on top immediately, calling for backup, but there's that rotation from GK. Through the base, blacklist.
Yeah. Dodson going to trade it back. MG here with them as well. Take a look at Novez on the mini-map right now. He's coming in with the flank. He's not going to hit the shots. Always a bit difficult from behind, and he will not pick up any kill. Or how about 2 grenade kills in the same game, or round, rather. That's, we're already up to number 2, G-Clef.
Yeah, low HP. That was also very unlike Novez, as he is certainly one of the best rifle for the team. One sort of in trouble. Oh, actually, he gets a kill onto Novez. Dodson doesn't really know where that came from. Just jumps on top and see what he can find. Found nothing with the timing. Vincit Gaming will start to run away 3-2, but Black Dragons on Blacklist too. Not bad, but this is supposed to be one of their better maps on Blacklist.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see, smokes are down, so this is going to make it difficult for Black Dragons to actually push into the waterway. And so they will have to be forced into a more passive position, which is something we have seen from them from time to time. As they were getting flanked, by the way, Black Dragons in that last round, Novez was over here in A long for so long by himself. And I feel like the rotation there was a bit late. But now it's all 5 members over on long.
Yeah, pretty quick good in rotation. One misses his first shot. There's the flash. Can he survive? Rafael's gonna get that head. Erzin in defense, but few being traded, and that's A site open now. 3 men down from VINCIT Gaming. Make that 4. Black Dragons still having 3 now. There's a huge rotation from Borazin, but he's all left alone through A short. You can see the pace from Black Dragons, the confidence in their attack on this map. It's somewhat different.
And now Borazin has to pull off a 1v3, spots MG. Seems like he's got a good idea of where they could be. Finds one.
But 13 seconds. Yep, can't really get the kill onto MG. Plus Supremo also rotated back. Which is not really a rifle spot. I don't think he would have made the right guess, even if he had some time left.
Yeah, you could see he was looking for the 3rd man, but couldn't quite figure it out. As more pressure here on A long for both sides. 4 members from VINCIT Gaming pushing out now, trying to extend that confidence. The spray is huge from RN this time around, and MG is left alone.
And Juan's got it covered from the window. Rafael thought for a second, okay, I should be at least getting like 2 kills. A short should be empty. There were way too men covering from that side. But VINCIT Gaming does extend, but better off to their end. Just sent one to smoke one out to see exactly how many men are actually running down A long for Black Dragons.
How many
men? I'm still getting confused. My tongue is being twisted from Black Dragons blacklist.
On Black Widow.
Yeah, on Black.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is their best side, so we do have to mention that at least a couple of times here. After a couple of great defense from VINCIT Gaming, again A short, somewhat being left out from the pressure of A long.
Yeah, you see double stack and storage again. I think they're expecting a change from Black Dragons. But here comes the committal. Flashes over the top. Push is coming in. Miss from Juan. And he's going to get shot down. I think this should be good from Black Dragons. They easily take the site.
And the other 3 were stacked from the B storage.
Yeah.
Rotation coming, but the C4's already put down. All 5 men left alive from the Black Dragons. Let's see the rotation. It might just be 1 A short, 2 A long. Questionable, not knowing where the C4 is. It is a short plant.
And they are so far away from the site. And 17 seconds, they gotta go through smoke. It's not gonna happen. Black Dragons will put off again. As 4-4. This is very different from what we saw yesterday, obviously, and very much what we were expecting. As the bomb is left back there, Novez gotta pick that up.
And a perfect round. No death from Black Dragons on that attack. And after what just happened, VINCIT Gaming, the 3 men are back on A short this time. One out in the water.
He just
walking into near the sideway A short. He's got his men covered from A short, but
he backed away. He's not going to expect them. He backed away right as they were pushing. Very unlucky timing for Juan. And now that means all of VINCIT Gaming are kind of out of position here. They're trying to shoot them from from A short, but they're a bit far away now.
Yeah, quick rotation into B, which was empty. Now trying to regain control, but can't really cross that line. C4 already being in plant. GK sneaking in and out through the door. There's one in B passage.
It's going to be pretty difficult for VG, but Aren's going to start off with a little snipe from the waterway. Knotson and Supremo holding down this angle, though, but Nova is going to go down on the site. So they got to get over there and actually defend this, but Aren's going to pick up another. Supremo has to defend it 1v1.
11 seconds. He will try to use the time. And RN has to go for the defuse. There's not enough time. Supremo should be able to get this easily. Yep, there it is. Black Dragons at the end. They finally chased down the round count and did get one more from their favorite Blacklist side.
Yeah, definitely very good news for them, getting a couple there at the end of the half and able to pick up this lead. Now, if they can continue to push it forward here from the Global Risk side, they should be in pretty good position here.
Yep, and in comparison, VINCIT Gaming's win rate on on this map pretty low, as you have just seen. Actually, none from their first 2 days, but that data I'm pretty sure it's from the CFL.
Yeah. As very passive here from Vincent, not making any big pushes just yet. Almost expecting some aggression out of Black Dragons, but none of that for now. MG just holding down mid. We got one guy, Rafał. He's also got a sniper in the window of B. And then 3 other members holding down A.
With MG actually near the base. This will be quite interesting when VINCIT Gaming decides to go A short, because they already have the 3 riflers in position and MG nearby to cut down anyone coming through the doors. I think this is a smart choice, knowing that VINCIT Gaming has tried this sort of fancy middle door attack on their first Blacklist round, not just on this map. It seems to me that Black Dragons did somewhat more homework, studying about the opponent, what they do more over the last 2 days.
It's very important to do that. It can be difficult, though, when you have to go through an entire gauntlet, because not only do they have to prepare for Vincent, but if they do win, they've got Medellin and potentially Imperial after that. Here comes the push. VG definitely committing to this at this point.
Not really spotted. No flashes in, but he will stay. Okay, the attack's in. MG's right behind them.
Yeah, Nova's is way out on long, so I think they're going to get this plant down unless somebody sacrificed themselves to stop it. Rafał gets a snipe on short. And RN going to take down Supremo, who's hiding under the bridge here.
That's still double snipers, MG and Rafał. VINCIT Gaming still not knowing where exactly Nova is. Might be caught from A long. Juan takes him down, though.
Juan gets the 1, but now it's just RN.
Where is RN? He's coming from A short.
Okay.
1-1 in 10 seconds. MG has to make a run for this.
Yeah, he's got to go in, and I don't think there's enough time, even with the kill. Only 1 second left, and that's going to do it for that round. VINCIT Gaming with a successful plant and explosion here from the C4. Nicely done by them.
Yeah, really quick. I imagine that Nova will at least be able to get a kill or more, because VINCIT Gaming had no into where he was. A pretty good guess that at least one will come from A long. Juan took him out. So, yeah, snipers on both sides really feeling not bad. MG, Juan has immediate rush back into A short.
This is going to work. They get on top of Black Dragons here. Okay, nice little snipe from MG, though, from underneath. He's going to pick up 1, and Rafał gets another, so the dual snipers actually working out pretty well for them.
And just snipers left on the ground. 2v1. Juan, he does know that Rafał took some damage. That's why he's been holding, but long distance. Rafał just peeks at the perfect time. There's the shot. And Rafał doing a lot better on that AWM now compared to his first half rifle.
Yeah, it's working for him, so might as well just keep him on it, right? MG can hold a different angle. This is certainly a map where you can pull off double sniper pretty easily. And you can see the stacking now from Black Dragons very much over on the west side of the map. Going to leave A nearly entirely open, just going to have a sniper looking at long.
This was also the strategy. Ooh, Rafał. Yeah, from Black Dragons. That gave a lot of trouble and problems for Imperial. Goken, who did totally fine for the first 2 days. The only map that he didn't do so well was this map against Black Dragons when they were trying to push against MG and Rafał. And today, Vincit Gaming really has to work their way and find the solution. So far, with Juan down, this round might not really go anywhere.
Let's see if Vincit can identify that there is still some room to push in through short, although they are kind of hanging out at mid, trying to challenge a sniper. Not sure about that. Rafael's going to pick up yet another kill from very long range. So Black Dragons very comfortably just sticking to their guns and not really moving out too much.
There are very few teams, but once their sniper goes down, especially a team that only has that one dedicated sniper, when the sniper is down, the other 4 rifles, they're lost on the map. So they don't really know exactly where to go. And that felt like Vincit Gaming for a second, but because of that big rotation from Black Dragons now going through the Blacklist base, they have made it in, but still being outnumbered everywhere. It is now just up to Rares, and he does get the C4, but he's calling on the radio for help for his teammates. But there's no one else.
Calling the airdrop.
I need backup.
Yeah, this is going to be rough for him. Okay, first kill as he tries and fails to handle that many members. Obviously, a bit too much as... Yeah, nice, clean round from Black Dragons. Couple of snipes. And even though they left the entire site open, they were confident a 5-man retake, and they did beautifully.
Yeah, a few things from Vincit Gaming that really needs to shine. Erzin. They're making the rotation, but Rafael feeling confident after that many shots. Yeah, he's all of a sudden 15 and was it 9, I believe. Very high in KD.
Yep. And you see Vincit was just like, well, they didn't put anybody on A, so let's just push A. And they're going to hit their shots on the entry. A couple go down. They even take out Rafael. Swan will win that sniper duel.
Really nice timing on their attack. You would imagine you go a little slower after that many losses. But this is the shot calling. The leader really has to work on his timing and bring the team up. Another kill, keeping A-Long alive.
Okay, some poking through the smoke. There's only 16 seconds left. They gotta go.
Yeah, way too many flashes. He can't come in. I mean, if you want to shoot, you have to see something.
Yeah. If you go in guns a-blazing, you're gonna lose anyway. So 7-6, Vincit Gaming back on the board, making it pretty interesting. Was thinking that Black Dragons, after that clean last round, were maybe going to slowly pull away, but Vincit are sticking in this one.
Leaving MG near the base. Now he's went to B window just to check if there has been any, but there was 4-man rifle push. Rafael back on AK. And A short is indeed entirely open. Just Supremo watching it.
Okay, big push in through the doors. Here comes VG, and they're going in on short, so huge amount of pressure right now. Just right down the middle, essentially. And you can see that Black Dragons right now, they don't have anybody just there just yet. Novez, or rather Notson, is on long, but they got to rotate.
Waiting for that rotation. Oh, but MG's still helping out his teammate right as he's right next to him. Notson has to make quick rotation into a site now. Nova is getting another headshot. RN does defend, but MG's going to pick that up. Low HP member now just up to Rarezen, hiding right behind the window.
They spot him, but let's see if they can get the kill. Yes, they can, and there should be enough time easily to get the defuse off. Very nicely handled from the side of Black Dragons. A couple of key kills. MG winning the sniper battle against Juan, allowing them entrance into a short. And then Novez, I would say, hitting that headshot and opening up that passage.
Yeah, that could have been incredibly dangerous. Thinking back how incredible the attack was onto A site. And Vincit Gaming, maybe they let their guards down after getting that A site plant a little too easy. Now here comes a huge push from Black Dragons. One through the door, 3-man through A short. You can't get one through the smoke. And he's gonna help that out.
It's just an insane amount of pressure. Rafał and MG are just taking pot shots at them. They can't look at all the angles at the same time. RN picking up 2, though, as Rafał pulls out the pistol. He is just a classic sniper, really on his game today.
And where is that C4? Down near the base, entrance of A short. Near the base of Blacklist.
Berzin may have spotted Rafał at some point and took some shots, but not quite able to get the kill.
Still 125 left. They can go anywhere around the map. Isn't easily going to get that C4, but Rafał, knowing that, will scan the area. And the quick rotation from Rerizin back to, it seems like, for water. But he can still make travel all the way to A. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, his choice, essentially. These two guys missing each other a couple times. Rerizin looking for the quick... Oh, no. As you mentioned, just taking his time, checking all the angles out there towards the spawn, and now he will commit to the B site.
And let's check the rotation for both. Rezin's going to hide behind the door, making sure, because likely the rotation might just come from A site, but it's Rafał from storage.
Trying to check behind the box, looking for literally every bait spot, and Rerizin will get the jump on him. Note that Rafał had changed to an AK and was trying to get the rifle duel going, but no dice. VG back on the board again, at least staying within 1.
And Rafał again in a somewhat off angle. And the Vincit Gaming doesn't really send that many men down at that spot. Somewhat unlucky, I want to say. Instead of pressuring into A long, it is A short again. There's no one at A site.
Yeah, I think it's a great read by GK. Just kind of leading everybody in, saying, well, I think they're just going to do the same thing and leave A open. Let's get a bomb plant for free and then deal with it afterwards.
Which is always a style of Black Dragons. But let's see the retake. Even though it's 4v3, this can be hard, as A long is still being controlled by GK. And RN defending the passage, who has been shooting really well. There's FG.
Just running on in, the retake. They don't have much time. Borzin and RN just kind of hiding for now. GK on the backside as well. They can't clear the site. As GK is there, they get a bunch of kills.
But the time!
Yeah, they just don't have a time. As they will go for the kills, but the Blacklist side will win. VG picks it up. That was excellently handled, as they bought so much time just hiding behind every box and truck they could find.
Yeah, all 3 members left at A side. They weren't shooting. They were looking for. They were looking to just buy time, which was the right choice in this case. Matching us 8-8. This is what we expected, Valdez.
Yeah, insanely close between these two teams. VG trying to change it up, trying to go into the B site, but Rafał is here. And he has been so consistently getting that first kill, but this time Rerizin immediately trades it back.
Was alone for Black Dragons, basically B site open. And usually, for the past 2 rounds, the switch and the shot call, spending how many men on which side has been working much better for Vincit Gaming. And somewhat unlucky for Black Dragons, on the other hand.
And you see MG trying to be the hero, but it's just too many members. 9-8 now. Vincit Gaming might be pulling off a big streak right at the end, as the last 2 or 3 rounds have been so clean for them.
Yep, 3 in a row for Vincit. As Black Dragons, they would imagine, I'm sure they are thinking that they should at least get this map. Yeah, big flash on the GK himself. But this time, yeah, well defended. I thought it was 3, but it's actually 4.
Oh boy.
Defending B site.
Well, this time it didn't work.
Primo not looking the right way.
And Borzin will go down. We are going to have our first extra rounds in the first map. And it makes sense. You know, Black Widow, these two teams, very evenly matched. I think this is the map that we should have it on. It all makes sense. We saw GK pushing in so aggressively on that last round. I think he was really feeling the confidence, trying to push the envelope and get that quick win. Maybe even trying to bring in some of that those feelings from yesterday, you know, where he was obviously very confidently pushing into multiple members. But MG just shut it all down.
I think towards the end, what happened for Black Dragons, they were saying, okay, you're at 8. We just need 2 more, somewhat away from Vincit Gaming to go up to that magic number 9. So instead of just 2-1-2, which we're doing okay with, let's instead try to bet a little more towards one side, 4-1, or actually leaving a side open.
Yeah.
And somewhat, with some of luck, Vincit Gaming actually chose the exact spot at the perfect round, leading them into a 9 line.
Yeah, certainly helped. And I think it was a good read on the Black Dragons as well. Just saying, well, this is kind of their style. This is kind of the way they like to play. Let's try to take advantage of it. And now I'm very curious what's going to happen in extra rounds, because it truly does feel like either of these teams could win it from here. And we do have the map loaded up, so we can jump into that and see what will happen.
Black Dragons back on blacklist. Let's see how quickly they jump onto their attack. Yeah, and Vincit Gaming's attack was also really quickly done to A side, either going into A side and then back to B. Last round was lost going into B side, but still the attack was pretty quick. Here comes Horizon with an AWM, misses his first shot. He's over at A, that's why he's holding at AWM. But the attack rush is pretty quickly done.
Yeah, he didn't look all that comfortable on the AWM, but at the end of the day, still health advantage here to Vincit. They just have to get in, and that's our 3rd grenade kill already from the sniper. So that grenade was just hanging out there on the window ledge. No bomb plant just yet. They got to deal with this very swift defense from the side of EG.
Yep, one not going to get through the window, as Nova has got that pretty good defense. Finds one more, and there's one more hiding from a short, because I thought the C4 was down already, but now just being made. With Vincit Gaming, they did stretch all the way back near the blacklist space. Now, okay, Resin's got B site checked. It's not over here. It has to be A site. Because of that rotation, they did lose some time.
See what RN can do. That angle proves to be extremely valuable. And a second headshot. RN came to play here. He had that kind of sleepy start the first couple of rounds, and then he has just been banging out the kills one after another.
I'm sure Black Dragons thought they had the round, but C4 being planted very late, I think that hurt them overall. At the end, Vincit Gaming really using their rotation and time well. And RN, who has been showing up a lot in Black Widow today, I think he's the strong pillar for the team.
Yeah, it's important to have, you know, not just one guy carrying every single time. You got to have, you know, a well-rounded team. Everybody's got to be kind of on the same page. As let's see how this one goes. We got a lot of pressure here through the middle of the map, through the doors, and over towards the left side now. But Black Dragon's not making a move just yet.
And checking slowly into water. Doesn't know what's happening over at A. But there's that big huge extension from 2 members of Vincit Gaming over at A site. So if they can go through the storage, they will totally take in control and also go into their first favorite position. And have no problem with that. But RN's over at B site.
Oh, 4th grenade kill. RN certainly the wrong guy to run into at the moment, but they will still be able to pick off a couple of headshots, or just the one on top of the grenade kill, as there will be the bomb planted. Here comes VG swiftly into here, as GK immediately will go down.
There's Resin. Oh, dangerous timing where he was flashed. But not just him, there's one through the window. The Screamos got it covered from the storage side. All 3 of them looking to peek out to the storage. It is just up to Juan. Yep. If you jump on top, you will be lost. Oh, but the time is ticking, and he can't really get the 1v3. And Black Dragons hitting one back, matching the number up to 10-10.
That's the way it's supposed to go. Back and forth between these two teams. Unending, as now a bit of a split here from Black Dragons. We got 2 over by the waterway. Checking to see if anyone comes out of storage. 2 over by long of A. They will move back now to their team.
Vincit Gaming really guessing that Black Dragons will attack into A long. We've had some pressure early game onto A long, but mostly win for Vincit Gaming in terms of information, kill, or also the utility used, and not just checking A long. Ooh, 2 members extending towards the base with speed, and MG has to run. He's holding the C4.
Yeah. You can see he was checking behind them, but the timing was off.
Oh, he might be a little too late.
Well, they kind of missed the shots onto him now, so they know they're getting flanked here is Black Dragons.
And Black Dragons trapped near the waterway.
Yeah, still handling it decently well, trading up kills so far, but in through mid comes RN, picks up another kill. And now 2 on 2.
At the end, not so bad for Black Dragons. I thought Vincit Gaming would get a lot more done. And as I say that, Juan peeks over to the waterway and get that long-distance shot onto Sprimo, just up to MG. He's been holding that C4, but no kills so far.
He's just going to hang out in the water for now.
And no rotation whatsoever from the 3 players that's left on the ground. Vincit Gaming really think that this has to be a B-site plant. Rotation can always be made.
Yeah.
35 seconds. Let's see, MG.
He might just be able to walk in on this one if they're not looking. Obviously, they would hear the plant, but MG taking his time now. He doesn't have too much. It's not going to hit the shot as Borzin turns around and will line it up. So Vincit Gaming will get the slight lead here in the extra rounds.
Yeah, even with him going down, Juan was right next to right at the edge of the door. So it was rough for MG. Unlikely for MG though. He does usually like to rotate around the map and see what he can find and gain extra information. Sitting at that one spot doesn't really help you win that 1v2. You're looking for more luck as you restrict your own information. Yeah, there are, of course, different styles of snipers, but at that moment, very unlike what we have seen so far. MG would run around the place all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe the pressure of the playoff. It's could be the last few rounds. It is extra rounds on this map where they thought they were supposed to win, and lots of pressure on him.
Yeah, it's a best of 3, so if you drop 1, you got to go into sub base against Vincit. That's not going to feel good. Like, this is a map that they are supposed to take in their minds that they have chosen, and Vincit are really giving them a run for their money, I have to say. You know, a couple of times getting pretty lucky on the pushes, understanding the way that Black Dragons were playing, and keeping it even all the way through means that we're here in extra rounds, and I think maybe even Black Dragons didn't expect this.
Yeah, Black Dragons now on their comfortable, I would say, home ground, defending with maybe Rafael back on that 8WM, might be feeling a little bit more comfortable. But this is a playoff. We could see if MG, the experienced player, is feeling the pressure, imagine what's happening to the other players.
Yeah,
might actually get to them.
I think maybe Notson could be like the one guy who's like, yeah, I'm okay. It's okay, guys. Let's pull through here. And let's see if they actually do make it happen. Rafael has been really clean here through the doors, especially on this site. And as I say that, GK just pops out, picks up a kill, and turns a 360 no-scope into the face of the second guy. And Juan's right there to back him up.
That looks like GK from yesterday. Yeah, he's finally back. And Rafael, because he's been getting some easier shots in the higher angle, aiming towards the base. Couldn't really see GK coming through the door. Great strategy, I want to say. But here's MG. He's right next to the bomb plant. Can't really jump on top and get the sneaky kill.
And they spot him too, so it's not going to be easy for MG to do this, especially when he's only got Supremo to back him up.
Half HP down. There's that grenade through the window. Not going to take extra damage. Actually, Resin jumps
Oh, there.
on the back of 2.
They are not in a great spot here, and they're going to get flanked, and there is a 5th grenade kill. This is the first map, and we have 5 already. Vincit Gaming now on map point, set point here, 12-10. And the last couple of rounds have looked good. Even RN pulls out the AWM and snipes down Rafał. This is a very strong Vincit today.
Vincit, for a second, we had three players on AWM. This is a great switch. Knowing that Black Dragons, they're very likely to have 2 snipers. Okay, let's have maximum sniper pressure on our own side. Okay, with Rafał down, that's much of a part lost of Black Dragons' GR defense. Again, pressuring through the water and the double doors middle. Really making it hard for Black Dragons because they're on the last... This is their last chance on the map.
Yeah, and you know, they're not playing too passively. They are going out, checking a bit. Even Knotson checking through the doors. Maybe trying to take a little risk as they are down a man. Vincit slowly but surely getting some information, pushing through storage, trying to see if they can sniff out where Black Dragons are defending.
Oh, that could have been perfect timing for Vincit Gaming to go B. Since Black Dragons, they sort of left A side open for the last 20 seconds. The 3-man rotation into A side was just made. And would you look at this? Entire team just slowly jumping through A short. Knotson's there for early information at least.
But the flank, Nova is able to pick up 1, making things a bit closer here now. Zwan is low on health, and MG's able to line up another kill, expecting another rotation to come in.
Yep, with that information, at least Sprimo's able to come for help early on, before the bomb is planted. 19 seconds! They do have to run. One does have the C4, but it will be about the timing. Sprimo's peeking.
Gonna let him get the plant, and Juan is gonna pistol down MG in the window. And Supremo goes down. That's gonna do it, 13-10. First map is all Vincit Gaming.
And I would say a win with a big switch of strategy. In the first half, I'd say it seemed to me that Black Dragons did a lot more homework, but in the middle of the match, in the middle of the map, Vincit Gaming made lots of switches. Not just gun switches throughout the roster, but their rotation back and forth really swiftly made.
And off we go, on to the second map here. Vincit Gaming starting off on the Blacklist side. You take a look at their win rate on this map. There is a reason why they have selected this, and I think them getting Blacklist as well is a great start for them. And, you know, even though yesterday that match that they had, it was very much, it felt kind of exhibitionary, you know. It was kind of like, oh, okay, let's run and gun it. Let's see how we can go, because we're both going to get third and fourth anyway. It still felt like they had an immense understanding of the map. The aggression out of GK was really cool to see, and I would love to see more of that here, just in a more controlled environment.
Yep, a similar story to what we said for Black Dragons on Black Widow. The Blacklist win rate for them was insanely high compared to the other maps. Exactly the same for Vincit Gaming on this map of Subbase. where they do have a pretty high number, as you just saw, of a win rate. Was it, I believe, a 70, 71%?
71, yeah. These guys, they don't mess around. Not on this map. That is for sure. Although, starting off, traded kills here. MG, very sneaky spot for a sniper to be.
But did not really see it through the smoke. And he's just going to headshot it right down from Rerzin. Locker is open, B-side totally open, but it's up to Rafał. It was actually pretty quick with that C4 right next to him.
That's huge. You can see there's a lot of wonkiness already. RN, though, is going to win that firefight. He has been really on point today.
So the two members of VINCIT Gaming who walked into that B side says, hey, C4, when are you coming?
Huh.
Oh, now it's going to be traveled all the way, but
There
it
it
doesn't
is.
even matter. If Juan couldn't get the kill, the travel could have been dangerous with just 20 seconds left on the clock. But of course, if you can kill all the members, that's it. That will do the round.
You can see here some more detailed numbers. Blacklist side, very strong for the side of VINCIT Gaming, but you saw their overall win rate was higher even than 67. So not only are they strong on Blacklist, they are even stronger on the GR side. And
On the other hand, yeah, Black Dragons, not only they're weak on the side, they're
I didn't
weaker
know
on
to
the
say
other
it,
side.
but you know, it's true.
If you look at the numbers, just have to cover the other side. So that's what we worried coming into sub-base. This VINCIT Gaming just, in terms of stats, numbers, the win rate, not just that, their play style fits this map so much better. But it is the playoff, and it was VINCIT Gaming winning map number 1 instead.
Juan getting really aggressive there through the smoke on the doors.
Yeah, through the Jin spot.
Yeah.
There's no Jin here anymore.
You know, I was thinking about him actually before you said that. He was just always in that spot, so it became his spot. He laid claim to it.
And put a copyright on that spot with his name.
Yeah. He's earning royalties every time. No, he's not actually, but who knows?
He's getting 0.001 KD on himself every time that's being used.
Yeah.
Nova is on a cheeky spot. Spots one. He's not actually on top. Well, he's got his teammate right next to him, so B side is pretty much covered. But the hallway might not be, so they're adjusting their position.
Yeah, and VINCIT, they're taking a long time to make this move again here, and it's not very coordinated. You see they're not pushing in all together. Here they come, though, through the doors as MG not quite able to catch them as they move their way onto the B site now. They might just be fast enough, and yes, it will be 3v2, and they should be able to plant this bomb.
Yes, MG was boosted up to the air duct. The other two members were guarding B, but there were some holes from hallway and the shutter. VINCIT Gaming again choosing the perfect way to enter into the site. That is already a second round. But both rounds really taking a lot of time, but at least finishing up with the speed.
As okay, here we go. That's a lot, but RN pokes out, gets a kill, and look at this. The rest of the team from VINCIT just runs down A, immediately reading this as RN just kites them back and pulls off to. Oh man, VINCIT are crushing them here.
Yeah, RN is basically throwing the net and catching them one by one. That was one. And Rafał doesn't go down, but still 1v4. C4 is down A bottom. Borzin's gonna come A top and clean that up. Quick 3-0 now.
3-0 and in very dominant fashion. In terms of the firefight wins especially, there's not a lot of times where Black Dragons are coming in, getting those initial kills, and you know, building something off of that. Even on the rounds where Rafał got that really sweet flank and dropped the bomb, still VINCIT were able to push in and kill all three members, which is very uncommon in that situation.
Even with this pressure, RN was ready off to the side. Not really the most common spot for the rifle to be from A roads. Here comes GK. Already made it into B side, which is empty. 3 men from Black Dragons rotating from A.
GK is just playing with so much confidence right now. Look at this guy.
Yeah, Poison, Sprimo all the way up here, but guys, the C4 is actually at A road near Juan. I just noticed that looking at the mini map.
They don't need to plant it. They're like, no. We're just going to go for the kill. Like, they're actually doing that. Well, actually, no. We do have Juan, who has picked it up. And a nice little bait spot. They won't need to plant that. 4-0 now. Vincit Gaming really running away with this map.
I've seen some streaks early on, and then some streaks on the other side later on. So, I want to hold my thoughts, but it is Vincit Gaming on sub base again, and they're pretty quick on their attack. And the counter attack and rotation from Black Dragons, I'm seeing their movement around the map, but it's actually working the other way. If they stay on their position, it would have worked much better. As so far, continuing from the later half of Black Widow, Black Dragon's rotation really not working against Vincit Gaming's playstyle and speed. And especially because of this play on the screen, RN has been swiftly working his way from his base machine room with the AWM all of a sudden once. And now he's back on his rifle.
Yeah, Vincit, once again, just slowing things down. Not really forcing any pushes unless they feel like the site is open, of course, as they did on that last round. It is going to be a rotation through Machine Room, it looks like, as we do have the bomb down with this member. And only, it looks like, RN, who is covering the backside there over at A. But here comes the push. Novez in position, already throwing down that smoke, and Vincit say, actually, we've got some time. Let's rotate back.
Really using all the time each round. Quick rotation back into A road. Never really checked A bottom. Did get information on Rafał, but AC covered with Knotson. Pretty good flash. Rafał still alive. At least was able to bring one down with him.
Push through the doors. Not sure about this one. RN trying to get the flank on them in AC, but he will get dominated here as now the 6th grenade kill on the day. Push comes down, and this is looking good for the Black Dragons unless Juan can pull off some heroics.
1v4 from the top of a bomb site.
Whoa.
Was going to be pretty rough times for him as the riflers were jumping from the top everywhere. Knowing that Juan was the last player with that AWM. Don't want to just straight run into his crosshair. Finally, there is a stop to the streak. Black Dragons getting won the first round in their second half.
Yeah, and I liked the rotations. I think that Vincit were reading the pressure very well. It wasn't that clean of an entry. You know, like, even though they got the flash, Rafał was still able to get the kill, and everybody on the side of EG didn't quite get in there fast enough. Let's see if they can clean it up here, as they are going to take down Rafał, but look at it. A couple of guys already in AC here from Black Dragons.
Yeah, VG trying
7th
the same.
grenade kill.
Lots of grenade kills happening. There's a fight between these two teams. Poison ready on the bottom. Nobody's trying to come in, and the other two MGs, MG even holding a rifle. Doesn't have much time, needs the firepower. RN through the smoke, sprays for a double headshot.
He's just got his spray on lock today. 5-1. Vincit Gaming once again. This time more aggressive and cleaner into the site is really what got them the win.
From Black Dragon's end, Vincit Gaming, some rounds using all the time, and the next round they come in after 40 seconds. It's very hard to read when the timing is going to, when the rush is going to be.
That grenade did half of Rafał's damage. I think it was right underneath him.
Yeah, even the previous round, there were 3 grenades thrown down to bottom of the A stair. That's Rafał. That has been Rafał's favorite spot. He will still stay alive, and Rafał on AWM. MG After not landing too many shots from GR base, will transfer back on into a rifle in his hand. I always think that's a pretty good transition when you're not really filling or landing your shots, especially GR sub base. Well, there are some couple sniper spots on B, but compared to other maps, I don't think this is really the best sniper map out of all.
Yeah, certainly does feel that way. And we do have a bit of a push here through the lockers. We do have Rafał in position, but smokes are on. And the flash right in his face.
Because of that, he will miss the members coming into the site and dominated from those jumps off the rails.
Yeah, and Supremo's not able to get in there either. They're not even just planting the bomb, they're going in planting the bomb and then still searching and killing and winning every firefight. Vincit Gaming are kind of reaching a new level that we haven't seen from them in the group stage.
And that's why Black Dragons are going to push through the machine room once again, but GK, not just him, Rerzin, 3 members ready. Off the top, Sumo gets at hand. Rerzin, both of them responding so quickly. It's up to Rafał, left alone. Vincit Gaming is playing a game where they don't really care about their mission on Blacklist. Well, their mission is to win, of course, but
yeah,
C4 is another big mission they have to
elimination.
Times.
That's the only thing they care about, and that is what this day is all about too, G-Clef. They want to get the eliminations not only here on Subbase, but they want to eliminate Black Dragons from the tournament. And they're only 3 rounds away from doing just that.
RN now 14-5. And Rerzin on that AWM, this isn't happening.
Oh boy.
Black Dragons had no clue that Vincit Gaming will be willing to pull out 3 AWMs from Blacklist.
And they're falling apart a bit. I think they're just kind of running down now and trying to out-muscle them, but they're so far behind. I think that they're getting a bit desperate here, G-Clef.
The Black Dragons are shattered.
Yeah.
There might be no way of coming back with Vincit Gaming about to go into their match point.
You take a look at the win rates on Blacklist, it doesn't look any better. As you see, a lot of members were running down towards the east stairs. I thought maybe they were just gonna run it in and see if it works, but oh boy. Knotson not even getting the jump there. Multiple members watching right as they come in. 2 kills already, make it 3 to VG.
And the kills continue. Black Dragons killing one. Barely. Still holding a sniper, so let's see what he can do with low HP. But the map control, because of GK, who's sweeping through the machine room, going into near Blacklist base. Might be a little hard, but now B site is open. 1 down, 8 A stairs, covering A road, so rotation is somewhat being read from Vincit Gaming. Good check from Borzin.
Yeah, Borzin saw them and he popped out right at the exact time, and now it's just MG with 43 health. Not looking good, and he doesn't have the bomb. He will go down 9-1. Vincit Gaming are really just ascending to the next level.
They're on the match point of Subbase. 10-1 would be a huge score. I don't think we ever had 10-1.
Not at this CFSIO.
We had 10-2
multiple times, yeah, but no 10-1.
This time Knotson does make a hole right in the middle of everywhere.
Okay. No 10-1 today, perhaps, unless RN's got something to say about it. Nope, he's just going to be looking at the wrong spot. Borzin also spotted here. And that's going to do it for that round. 9-2.
Yeah, Knotson just decided to run down the AC, said, let's see what happens, because it's now or never. This is a chance that I can only make it happen right now. And he will no longer have the chance if he loses. And again, Borzin with a stellar performance so far, 12-3.
Yeah, 4 KD. That is 4 because he's only died 3 times, which is pretty insane. I think this is going to do it, G-Clef. I think we will have another 5-2, or rather 10-2 in this round, in this map, and Vincit Gaming should be moving on to the next one.
Ooh, MG left alone. Got a kill onto B site. And another rotating through the center. If it's anyone from Black Dragons, it has to be MG, who can make it happen. But with C4 dropped.
Yeah.
And control room. And all three members got it covered. 2 from the bottom, 1 in the air duct. MG needs perfect 3 shots. Or maybe even a double with 1 bullet.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time, but I don't know if that's going to happen here. Let's see how he handles it. As he makes some noise, they come out. He picks up 1, gets another one with the pistol.
Hold on.
And a third! MG with the clutch. Unbelievable play. And he will not go down 10-2 today.
Do you see that little peek? He threw down the pistol,
Yeah.
knowing that there will be an enemy right there. Oh, SB. No! Right after a spectacular play of MG. RN and Juan both getting a single kill. I don't know what to say anymore. Like, just when you think you have some chance to climb back into the game, the 2 kills. And where is he? That's a third. Only not in Novaez.
Yeah, Novaez, he will go down. 10-3 is the score. Vincit Gaming win the match 2-0. And they will move on to the second round of the playoffs to face up against Medellin, who are waiting for them. But either way, the numbers are the numbers, and the numbers here do state that Vincit Gaming will be moving on to match number 2 of the playoffs after a 2-0 victory. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the second matchup.